Diamondlot, The Diamond Squad. By Eric Hua. Chapter 31. Omen in the Sky. In preparation for the inevitable battle, Queen Victoria reinstated Warden Sam to Admiral. Her first order of business was to have all the soldiers ready to fight when the Mad King's army arrived. She had everyone on the training grounds doing rigorous exercises to increase their endurance and conditioning. Amongst the soldiers were Rylin, Jet, and Rihanna. While Rihanna was smiling and doing her push-ups, Jet and Rylin did not share the same excitement. With his ability to summon his shadow beast, Jet saw little point in the training. Similarly, Rylin also didn't participate as he was still considered the gladiator champion. Knowing words would not do her any good, Admiral Sam called for Rihanna and Rylin to have an arm wrestle. They placed both their dominant arms on the table as soldiers gathered to watch. Rylin looked to have the advantage as he was pressing down Rihanna's arm. But despite the current situation, Rihanna still had a smile on her face. Rylin was near victory, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't get her to concede. As Rylin exhausted all his energy, Rihanna slowly muscled her way back to square one and then eventually claimed victory. Rylin was disappointed after the match, and he asked Admiral Sam why he lost. Admiral Sam revealed that Rihanna was the youngest of 7, and all her siblings were brothers. After that conversation, Rylin vowed to work harder to become stronger. He was ready to tackle any training that Admiral Sam was going to throw his way, but a giant shadow loomed over the entire area. Rylin, Rihanna, Jet, and Admiral Sam looked up to see something mysterious blotting out the sky. In another part of 5th Guard, Zoe, Naaz, and Chelsea were in the Bazaar area together. They were here to grab new armor and weapons from Gurunjan the merchant. Naaz claimed that she liked her old gauntlets, but Zoe knew better. She led her to Gurunjan, who found her an exclusive pair with spikes on the knuckle area. Naaz was jumping for joy as she thanked both the advisor and the shopkeeper. As they were about to leave the store, a griffin and a dragon landed near them. When Lilu hit the ground, she was immediately greeted by Chelsea with a big hug. Hopping off the griffin's back were Sebastian, Zaid, and Gia. While Sebastian was excited to announce their arrival, Zaid was trying to get over his flying sickness. And then there was Gia, who wanted to make her talents known to the world. Naaz was not a fan of Gia's entrance, and she made it known. Gia also didn't take kindly to Naaz interrupting her introduction. They both assumed their battle stance, with the witch ready to cast a curse and the brawler armed with her fists. Everyone else stood back to allow the two to solve their problem with one another. The battle was about to commence, but suddenly the sunlight disappeared and a large shadow loomed over them. They all looked up to find that something in the sky was blotting out the sun. In another area of 5th Guard, Annabelle, the bounty hunter, had regained most of her strength. Alex had arrived into the kingdom a few days ago. He was busy in his lab mixing his new concoction while Annabelle stood there waiting for him. After he finished, they left the lab together and made their way towards the Queen. When asked what he was creating, the mad scientist's eyes lit up and he revealed a mysterious liquid inside a flask. Annabelle thought he was making a juice of some kind, but Alex felt insulted. He explained that he was creating an elixir that had powerful healing effects. He also mentioned that it came in many different flavors. Suddenly, Annabelle's interest was piqued, but their conversation would be cut short as a giant shadow was cast over them. They looked up, and what they saw was something blotting out the sky. Rushing back into the castle were Charlotte, Sirit, and Kevin. As they were about to enter the castle grounds, they were halted by a group of palace guards. Charlotte was growing impatient with them, but thankfully, the Queen happened to be walking by along with Ava. Victoria told the guards that the three were friends of hers, and they lowered their weapons to allow them safe passage. Without delay, Charlotte told Victoria that their timeline would be shortened. Sirit had another vision, and the invasion was going to happen sooner than they expected. Victoria turned to the seer and had questions for her. The Queen asked her when the invasion was going to happen. That was when Kevin got everyone's attention and pointed to the sky. Victoria, Ava, Sirit, and Charlotte looked up in horror at what was blotting out the sky. The invasion was about to commence.